We're at a new track this week for the Martin Sports Car Club League, the Virginia International Raceway. What do you think of that, Lexi?
Awesome.
What's awesome about it?
No idea.
Because you've never been here, that's
yes.
right. All right, so we are in Alton, Virginia, and it is a cool day today. As you can see some of the overcast area above from the blimp view as we go through, and the track temp is 77 degrees. A little bit longer track than we're used to last couple weeks, but 3.24 miles, and it's going to be a nice, interesting day. So for those who have never been to Virginia International Raceway, it is a driver's favorite course, I should say, as they hold a lot of events here each year. So we're going to move right into the grid, and let's see. So Michael Day from Friend Motorsport has the pole position of a 145.8, and right after him, no surprise, Jesse Olson, 0.5 back. And a big surprise, actually, Dean Dibdahl, his first third place qualifying for ZP Motorsports. Great for him. I know he's been on this track before in real life. Justin Hall from Shut Up and Drive It in 4th. Andy Gederick in 5th. Justin Di Bombarera in 6th. Daniel Ciro in 7th. Matt Carroll in 8th. Tom Jessen in 9th. Chris Wells in 10th. That's what his favorite track. Kevin Medina in 11th. Don Greathouse is a new driver with us for this week, and he is in 12th place. And I'm looking for the button. There we go. Bjorn is in 13th for Shut Up and Drive It. Craig, the only member racing for the Tennessee region this week, in 14th. Michael Cabrera is in 15th, and Zane Plumley with no time. All right, so we will get right to the action as I see the lights starting to go. There we are as the guys are warming up, getting ready to cross the start-finish line.
Why is someone going like that?
They're warming up their tires.
Hey.
Right. All right, so this is one of the older scans that are in the iRacing simulation. So they don't have a short warm-up lap like some of the other ones that we actually seen before, where they just park them in a corner just a couple corners before the start-finish. So they will have to drive all the way around this track, but it'll give you a good idea of the elevation changes, which when we ride along with somebody around lap 10, you'll see just how crazy it is for elevations, not just left and right. It's a very fast track as well, not a lot of low speed corners, so it is interesting. And some areas don't have a lot of runoff either. There are two key turns, or the points of interest, which is going to be turn 10 and turn 14, is where there's going to be a lot of issues. So turn 10 is coming up through the S's here, because you get a nice flow going up the hill. You know, definitely in these high horsepower GT3s will get probably about 160-ish through this section right here before they hit a critical braking zone that the corner actually closes up and sends people off, which is coming right up here as you see them entering this left-hand corner.
Turn 10 and what?
Turn 14.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, that's roller coaster.
So let's go ahead and get our track map up. And let's get some timing up.
Who's Dee Dee? There's a Dee Dee.
There we go.
Oh my goodness, look at that. That's so funny. Oh, Cassie's here.
Yep.
But she's got no snacks.
No, she's just hanging out.
I love that picture.
Yeah, that's Dean Didball. So I guess he listened. He listened last week when you talked about change the pictures to the cat pictures, and whoever has the best cat picture this week will end up getting the Lexi Livery Award, since so many people have been using the team liveries, just for better coordination, and it's team unity. It's a lot of fun as well. So she's still over here laughing. I wonder if that's his cat in the box.
You can see his fur just like squished against him.
I know. He doesn't have any more space in that container. So this is the other turn right here, as you can tell, the right-hander. This is turn 14 going down into the carousel, and is kind of off-cambered and not actually braking in a straight line. And it does take a quick right. And when it does send them off into the grass. And if you do miss your turn and go off into the grass, there's some valleys and ditches and stuff in there that will absolutely tear up the car. So pace cars should be coming off any minute now. And we see the green and purple car there. Keep an eye on that. That's Justin Die Bomber. And there he goes. He does get a jump on Justin Hall from Suddy. So here they go into the first corner as they took off quick. Michael Day is leading this pack right into turn number 1 through here. And remember, everyone's got cold tires. And everyone plays nice for the first selection through here. So I know we have only 15 racers this week, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them that are actually on travel right now, and there's a lot of them that don't have this track or just didn't have the time to race with this week. But we are going to have an absolute interesting race this week as they're starting to go through the last of the infield section, and now they're going to start to unwind after a couple tight corners. And right through here is going to be full out all the way up the hill as fast as they can. Little tap of the brakes or a little coasting through some of these, as well as the first 3 go in there, which is Michael Day. Dean Didball into second, gets past Jesse Olson, who's in third and bottom of the picture there, moving up. So there's that turn 10, and you can see the runoff right there. Everyone rides that curb all the way. Let's take a closer look at the action through here with the cars as everyone's starting to cycle through. So I don't see anybody having any issues this week, which is good. So everyone is single file all the way through, but still keeping just a great shot right there. You can see everybody now starting to unwind and try to get some heat in their tires and get going through this.
I'm thinking that on lap 10, when we do the map, that I'm thinking I try it all by myself.
Okay, I will let you try it all by yourself.
All by myself.
Yes. All right, so there's Dean Didball in second. We've been right around him for time, so let's check back a little bit later. So Matt Carroll, oh, there goes Justin Hall. Justin Hall, I don't know if he was pushed off or he went off track. But he's, again, the cold tires here. Michael Day thrown in the fastest time so far, of course, being at the first full lap of 151.8 as everyone is moving through. So it was easy enough for Justin to make sure he stayed right back on track as things started changing just a little bit. There is Daniel that was up there too, getting a lot of pressure from Matt Carroll, as you can see in our picture right through here, followed by the 2 Martin Sports Car Club guys of Kevin Medina and Tom Jessen. Where's Chris Wells? Oh, there is Chris. So Chris is back in 11th place.
Look how short
the timing and scoring is. I know,
Yeah.
again, not a ton of people here this week, unfortunately. But like I said, we are still going to have some great racing. So moving back up to the front, there is Michael Day, your leader here on lap number 2. And I see guys dropping some wheels here and there. So if you see on the timing tower the number next to everyone's name, which is their place, turn red, that means they usually go off track for a little bit. So just like Craig Klein went through, so he went off track, unfortunately. And I think that is a big off for him. Let's find out what happened. Oh, back end of the Porsche gets a little loose, and there he goes right into the tires. Oh, that is going to be a killer. Loses the hood as he goes through.
That must be a lot of tires.
Yes, that is a lot of tires. So he will have to visit pit lane to get a fast repair, get him back on track. Unfortunately, with the pit lane not being able to open to be able to fuel, he'll have to make another stop after this. So dropping some massive time off that last lap. So 146, dropped 2 or 3 seconds through there. So everyone's tires are starting to warm up as they're getting to get in a rhythm, as everyone's putting down. Look at how many people are in there. 5th through 9th place, all 148s. So it's just should be a close race, and that is in the middle right here, this pack that you can see. There's Tom Jessen. Hadn't seen him in a while, so glad he's back, as Justin Barrera is leading that group.
Justin Die Bomber.
Yes.
Barrera. Dime Boomer.
Yep, so Craig has made it into the pits, and he did get a fast repair, and he is back out. So he was able to drive that car back in, which is good, because a tow around here would take forever. So here's Justin Barrera in the Ford GT, and still holding on strong, and he will not stray from this car whatsoever, which is a good thing, because he's pretty fast. So there's tree turn or oak tree turn. Depends on who your instructor was for that day, telling you where that was. An interesting story about that. So I'm going to change the view here for a little bit. So the tree that is there, the oak tree, is they call it tree turn or oak tree turn. It was in the simulation because this one was scanned a long time ago. And about 5, maybe 6 years ago, unfortunately, a storm rolled through Virginia and took out the tree, and they had to chop it down. So it's very popular, and so the iRacing decided to keep it in and to pay homage to that famous tree that is out there.
How about? Oh yeah, that person's all alone.
Yep. Oh, someone else was going off. Who was that in the back?
Banana Man?
No, was that? Justin Hall went off again. Man, that's he was leading. I think he was leading the practice session for fastest lap. I'm not sure what has changed in between, the practice and here. Hopefully he's not having some issues I've had in the past over the few years that I've had iRacing, is where everything seems perfect and then you get in the race session and your car just seems like it's on glazed donuts. So hopefully he is not having that issue and he can collect himself and come back and start to put a fight up to these guys. So here's Dean. Look at that, still in second place, gapping himself now from Jesse Olsen. And I know the cat. And he is now on the tail of Michael Day. And this is a great part right here. This straightaway is the best chance to get any draft whatsoever. But it's not one of the best places to pass, unfortunately, because when you start going into the braking zone for the carousel, it does get a little squirrely, and a lot of these corners, if you see that this track is not very wide, so there isn't a ton of passing opportunities, especially how curvy and snaky it is. So if you go 2 up, it usually does not end well for some people. So Dean giving a great chase on Michael Day here as I try to look for a different camera view. There we go. So I'm sure Dean is happy when he watches this. He's like, man, I'm getting a lot of coverage. and we love him. And for those who haven't watched or you're watching for the first time, Dean just turned 14 just a couple weeks ago. So we love having him and his talent. And of course, his dad is, kids like that, obviously are well supported by their family, not just monetarily, but in other aspects of, being able to race. So applaud to his dad, Richard, as well. I'm sure he's watching. What you got, Lex?
Do you think that the cat jumped in there and just settled down, or do you think Dean or someone else just shoved the cat in there and he's like, why are you such humans, or why are you such bad humans?
I think they put a treat in the bottom and tricked him and he got stuck.
How is it supposed to get out?
Chris Wells having another, got a tap there from Don. Unfortunately, a tap and go, and he moves to the back of the pack. Oh man, sorry for that, Chris. Hopefully he can get selected. So Chris has been on this track and he absolutely loves it. And Justin Hall again, man, he is having a bad day. It was Michael Cabrera. There's a lot of action going through there as they had gone through. I'm not sure if both of them, if him and Michael actually got together. But man, this is a tough track, no doubt. I mean, you can just see it on the screen how tough everything is. So there's Banana Man in his yellow Porsche 911.
He's not brown yet. But why doesn't he just turn green again?
Because he washes it every week and keeps it fresh.
That's not how bananas work.
He probably has 3 air conditioners in his garage and makes it like a refrigerator so his car doesn't turn brown.
Oh, that's a fake car.
I know it is. All right, so here is Bjorn, and he is out there holding up the 10th spot, so it's good for him. I know he likes being in the top 10 as much as possible. And something else, too, as we get into lap 6, the window for fueling should be opening up, I think, at the end of this lap as well. So if someone does need to take a pit or get a different strategy of pitting early to go the rest of the race, they can absolutely do that anytime now. But you normally want to stay out as much as possible to make your fuel stop as short as possible.
How about I take over?
What are you going to take over?
Well, just a bit. Well, you play with non-Bobby rookie.
Okay.
So you can see we are with Michael Day in the black Porsche.
Yep,
Porsche,
there
I
you
was
go.
thinking Porsche.
So glad you say that correctly.
Porsche.
Unlike half of those people that were at Le Mans this past weekend commentating.
What did they say?
Porsche. I know, right? It's a 2-syllable word. Porsche.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get some comments on that one.
Wow, they're cool. So.
All right, going past turn 10 and now at the top of the hill, moving back down. Actually, I don't think I was in the right place. No, I'm sorry. They're going through the roller coaster, coming around to the first turn, the straightaway start finish line in turn 1. So they're rolling through. So now Michael Day has found a little bit of speed as he has gapped Dean for only about 0.5 seconds. And I'm sure Dean is going to be trying to work as much as he can through there, or he might just want to stay behind and keep pace and save some tires. As Michael went just a little too deep into that corner, and now Dean was able to close up the gap ever so slightly, not too much. But Jesse is now 1.5 back. So maybe Jesse is saving some tires and some time toward the end. Is Andrew Gatorick, who we have not talked about this week, is back in his beloved McLaren with a new paint scheme that he was playing with. And he said it was an absolute disastrous nightmare of a headache to get all those lines to match up as they go through the different segments on the car. So, but it looks good. And someone said he needed another sponsor logo. I think it was maybe Advan or I can't remember who it was, but I'm sure he'll still be working on that one. But it looks great, Andy. Oh, and look, we can follow him for a little bit because it's one of your favorite things. Whoops.
Is that a Porsche? Ooh, hot dog.
That's right. As he gets the back end loose, getting the power down, coming out of tree turn towards the back straight. Obviously, you want to go slow in, fast out, and take advantage of getting on the power as soon as possible. Trying to get as much top speed as you can through this time. What you got?
I just found another dessert thing for the fire. For dessert, not just s'mores and marshmallows, but also popcorn. You just take the bag and then, not too much fire because they don't just burn it. You just put it in front of there and then it'll just go pop, 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 pop. And then you just put it in a bowl and go
Yep. So we do have a nice train. These 5 guys, still Justin Barrera out there in the front, as you can tell with these guys. Kevin Medina bringing up the rear. And Matt Carroll heads into pit lane. He probably wants to get free of that pack that we're just now talking about.
How long is each lap?
Each lap is about 1 minute and 48.3 according to Kevin Medina's time, which he just put in his fastest lap.
Nice.
So are you thinking about who you're going to ride with? Well, you have a lap and a half to go.
Well, weren't you
I made suggestions, but you get to pick who you want to ride with.
How about Bjorn, like you said?
Well, that takes all the magic out of you picking a person to drive with.
What do you mean magic? It's just picking someone.
I know, but
okay, fine.
Yeah, it makes the guys feel good when you pick them and not say, "Oh man, your dad said you had to do it," so.
I do not sound like that.
Oh, your dad said you had to do it. Is that better? So, oh no, Chris Wells. What happened to Chris Wells? We're just watching him. He crashed a big one, unfortunately, and there he is. Oh, just lost the back end, so not too bad, as gives places back again to the other guys. So there goes Matt Carroll, I think, after his pit stop as well.
Do I sound like you? Oh yeah, how about Richard Bjorn? Do I sound like you?
Sure.
I'm gonna sound like you for the rest of the day.
Yeah, just keep saying and so and a little bit a lot.
Oh. What?
Yep.
So it seems like I know the winner of something. Wait, how about I give out points?
You can give out points. You have a lap to give out points.
Okay, 920.
920? How'd you ever come up with that number?
It's from the lab. Okay, fine. I'll give a new one. How about 2,000? 1,110,000.
Goodness, that is a lot. That's a lot of pencil these guys are gonna have to use. Yes, those are huge numbers.
Oh, you can.
You may have to repeat that exactly how you just said it, so everyone had their pencils out, didn't get all the numbers. So repeat it exactly how you just said it.
New number.
That's what I thought.
How about 2,999? I'll repeat it. 2,999.
Okay.
I'll repeat it again.
That sounds good. As we're checking out Jesse Olson switching into the Porsche 911 this week and giving chase to Dean and Michael Day up front. But I've got to say, I think, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Jesse may have the most races on the podium. So we'll have to check to see where he is in the standings. That's a pretty good run.
Lap 10.
Lap 10, so let's find
Yeah, I'm gonna do it for myself.
Mr. Bjorn, and then
My dad, I told my daughter Lexi that she had to keep Bjorn. Yeah.
all right.
Okay, so we are right now at Mr. Horseshoe.
Oh no, commentator's curse.
Hooray!
He is going to kill us.
Hooray!
Oh, that was that last turn that just falls out. So here we are coming up to the start-finish line, unfortunately.
NASCAR Bend.
Nope, not yet. We're going to be right,
Okay.
yeah, right here, going into.
Horseshoe, and then turn 2, then turn
Well, hold
3.
on. You gotta make it match up with this.
Okay, turn 2,
Yes.
and turn 3,
Not yet. Coming up right
and
there.
turn 3, and now NASCAR Bend.
That was NASCAR Bend.
And now
Going into.
left hook, and then
No. Yeah, left hook. I'm sorry.
left hook, and then coming up to snake,
Yep. And you can see why it's called the snake.
because it's so wiggly and boogly.
Yes.
Like maybe the head's
Well, because it slithers like a snake left and right through here. So this is the
Next
uphill
is
section.
South
Yes.
Bend.
Section, yep, going up to turn 10. I kept talking about right here, some patience or else you go off into the grass.
And then here we have you might see it, the oak tree,
Yes.
which I think we just went under.
Yes, we did.
Coming straight into back straight.
Yes.
Wasn't sure. And then straight, and then one curve turn. Coming up onto.
It's a long straight.
Coming up onto finally the roller coaster.
You like that one.
Nice.
You can see how this thing just falls away from you.
Am I doing good?
Yes.
And now coming up onto Hog Pen.
Hog pen into turn 17 and
Front straight.
Start finish line. So,
Oh, and also, I'm Daddy Pig.
so thank you, Bjorn. We apologize profusely that we caused the curse.
I apologize for nothing.
Yep. Unfortunately, we do have a couple things that we want to check out. Looks like Tom Jessen crashed. Just a slight off. That's not really a crash, but somehow that's how it showed up on what was going on here. So now Bjorn getting some pressure from Matt Carroll. So Matt probably jumped into the pits to try to get away with traffic, and unfortunately with Bjorn's slight off track there, was unfortunately now back in front of Matt. So sometimes you gamble, when you go in like that, and I think that's. There he goes as Bjorn pulls off to the side. It is so sketchy here to pull off to the side to try to give room, but it keeps coming back. So these guys are still going. So this is where it should happen, I think. But these guys are racing. I don't know if Bjorn is actually going to pull over for that, because this is for position, and he's going to give it all he's got. And this is weird because normally Bjorn is the person chasing somebody at that speed, and now he has somebody on his back. So keep your eyes forward, keep your blinders on, and keep your head down, and let's give Matt a good run for his money here. All right, Daniel is now caught up to Justin by 0.8 seconds. So he's been chipping away a little bit each time and trying to make through. Oh, it looks like Craig Klein is off track. And oh, he did. He got some tires through there and takes a ride out into the grass. So no harm, no foul. He should be able to. And he's still going. It's now Tuesday, and he's still going. Okay, he's done.
It's now Tuesday, and he's still going. It seems he's doing sort of a donut party on the grass. And it seems like Mr. Sloth seems like he's on a rock band. Yeah!
So here's the slow, steady, smooth, and fast, all at the same time.
And
his inputs are slow. He's a steady driver with his lap times. He's fast as a driver as well. So
and it's
all
Friday,
those things.
And he's still going.
Yes, he is still giving chase, but Justin is not relinquishing his 5th place spot. Now there's still going to be some times, because we're almost going to come into the next 2 laps of when pit stops have to happen.
This is a long straight.
This is a long straight. Wow, as the back end gets a little squirrely going through that section there. And up and down. It's almost like a reverse Laguna Seca at that corner starting into the roller coaster.
Sorry, how about I take over?
You want to take over?
Yes. We
All
are
right.
here with Daniel Kroger 0. And with Mr. Sloth. So, I am the reporter. Not really. I'm just kidding. So, I'm Lexi. This is a car, and this is not a Porsche.
BMW.
BMW. Thank you.
Yep. So if you look on the screen on the bottom right, the very bright yellow graphic that's keeping from seeing the view. Oh, Justin saved that one. You can see who has pitted. So Matt Carroll is the first of the guys to pit, followed by Tom. So we'll see how these guys shake out as Bjorn puts in his fastest lap. So he's got Matt chasing him, and he's like, hey, man, I got to get going.
This is for the other commentators, if they are listening. Probably not.
Did you see that pass?
Not really.
You didn't?
No.
Well, let's see it again.
Okay. Epic.
Yep, had a great run going through there. Not one of the easiest places to pass, because you got to be able to slow yourself down, not to throw yourself off track. But there he goes, right through there.
So, for the other commentators, it's Porsche, not Porsche.
Yes, we talked about that.
Yes. So, next is lap 13. And back to you, Dad.
Yep, well, let's check in with Bjorn. So it does look like Matt Carroll did get past Bjorn. Here we go, into the braking zone. Nice and easy into that real tight, I think that's the, what'd you call it, the right hook or left hook?
There's a left hook.
Yep, left hook is where he made that pass.
Also known as T4A.
Turn 4A.
Turn 4A.
Yep, so you could hear some of the guys in the background talking through the chat. That's one of the things, when we do broadcast from the live race that actually happening, is you get to hear some of the guys communicate to each other about, pass on the left, pass on the right, or hey, I crashed, ran out of fuel, or hey, Zane, get out of the way, like you always do, and be able to communicate so they can, keep racing safely as much as possible. All right, so when you only have 15 cars and you have a gigantic, tough technical track, everybody has pretty much spread out at some point. So we do have, so Bjorn is catching up now to Matt Carroll, had a good run going through there. So this is one of the best races that we have at the moment.
I wonder if we're going to get another track like this, because it's so many words.
Well, why are you looking at other tracks? You should be looking at this track. Yeah, that's Le Mans. I don't think we're going there this particular season. So, talking about season and schedule, while we have some time, watching these guys battle it out, is Bjorn. Oh,
right
no!
into the tires.
And almost taken out by Tom. Oh, and then again, was it by Tom, and then by wasn't Chris? Chris was going in the pit through there. So, but there was a couple BMWs going through. Who was in front of Tom in the BMW? I'm not sure who that was, but that was close. And oh no, cannot believe this again. Justin Hall, ever so slightly, but is gonna spin it, trying to get back on track. He is having a bad day. So sorry for you. Yep, and I know we, Kevin Medina is showing red, and for a long time, he must have had something happen to him as well. And just went straight. Not sure if he outbroke himself and kisses the tire wall, and it doesn't taste good. And he's coming back on track, so that's good. At least he's not having to... Oh, and there goes there goes Mike. Oh, no! Can't we believe we caught that on the replay. Michael's back end got loose and actually tapped Kevin, and Kevin actually sent him straight, but I can see that Michael went off again in that replay, unfortunately. So here goes Bjorn up the speed. So Kevin Medina hitting pit lane, Banana Man hitting pit lane, and is now that some of the head guys are now starting to turn red, so they're going to start catching some of these back drivers through here, and hopefully, I know we got a couple mistakes on a track like this, and it gets really tough, to be able to keep things going. But man, so these two are still at it. Michael Day and Dean Dibdahl still going 1-2 under a second for almost the whole entire race, and this is exactly what we wanted to see with these guys. As I'm looking for a cool shot. Oh, as they both go into pit lane together, which is smart. When the leader pits, you're supposed to pit. Also, Jesse went in there as well. And let's see how my pit lane views. Yeah, I did some different shots with the pit lane views this time. So as Jesse goes through, and we're going to see how these guys end up.
They're just talking and not fixing them.
Oh, they will. All right, so they are now moving past pit exit.
I think I just saw Banana Man station.
Maybe because it was yellow.
Yeah, it was like yellow. I'm sure Mrs. Fuzzy Pants could fall asleep.
Oh, here we go with the run. Dean got a great grip. Oh, they're so close. That was a bumper to front bumper to rear bumper, and that was almost a pass for the lead as Michael Day didn't get the power down going through turn 2. That's been one of the areas he's been, I guess, struggling with a little bit. As I know we had a couple people that went off track, but we're going to keep closer eye on this one as we have Dean still giving chase. Where's the view that I'm looking for? There we go. Just to show you, it looks so much faster, of course, at ground level. But you can see how much they're closing into each other as they're going to come up to the highest point of the whole entire track. And there's the oak tree or tree turn, whichever you want to call it. So this is the run right through here that Dean is want to get the power down as best he can. So, and he can use that and the draft, but not really sure what type of aerodynamic package he's put on this. If he's put a medium or high or somewhere in the low section, but it is this would be somewhere where on medium setting. This one straightaway, really should not dictate the rest of the track because of these turns that are just so riddled with elevation and off camber that you want to run a little bit higher downforce. So maybe he didn't make up the time that he wants to, but he does use it to his advantage to keep as close as he can as they're coming in to close in on lap 17. Oh, I'm not sure he's trying to get as much as he can. I almost thought he was going to go into the pits. Did you think he was going to go into the pits?
I have no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
He crashed.
All right, so Daniel and Justin now are going into pit lane, and there's Craig Klein, probably for his official fuel stop.
There's only like 15 tenths, I guess. But usually there's more.
Yep. So that you can. Oh, Justin bit by the pit injury again. I tell you what, man. we talk all the time with Justin. He had such a hard time at the Indy 500 this year, just overshooting the pit stop. Obviously the cars, the tires are battered and everything, and he must have raced that race, I don't know, 4 or 5 times over the weekend, and came in second one time, which was great, and probably would have won it had it not been for a late caution that ended the race. But he was doing so well for those. But yeah, he does have a bad omen when it comes to pit stops for him. So we're gonna have to get maybe a pit stop session for everybody and help out.
So we are sort of closing up.
We are getting close to closing up, and so earlier we had talked about Matt Carroll taking the early pit, and now it has up to 6th place. So he kind of slotted himself in between Daniel and Justin, even though they came out of the pits quite close to each other. There he is right there. So he's going to be giving chase to Daniel to see what he can catch. But now Tom Jessen again in the top 10 once again is now giving chase to Justin. So he's got another BMW on his tail of that Ford GT. That's such a great shot. All right, let's check back in with the leaders as we're closing in. So there is the turn that Michael Day did get right this time. Oh, Banana Man. I think he's having an issue. Oh, just way too fast carrying speed through turn 10. So that was the area that I was talking about, unfortunately. So he was able to collect it and come back, which is good.
Should we talk about shake and bake war? It seems we've got a tie. Not many people were doing shake and bake.
Well, unfortunately, yeah, with a lot of people that were out not racing this weekend, it makes it harder to pass people when they're not on track. But we do have a tie between Banana Man and...
Oh, well, now we don't.
Well, yeah.
Now we don't.
Now we don't.
Oh,
well, wait, but there's Bjorn.
Whoa, this is a crazy mix.
I know, that's one of the most interesting races. Donald went off. Let's see what happened to him. We missed it, so you must have carried a little too much going in there. Unfortunately, we didn't get the replay.
Oh, Craig Klein is out.
He did. He had an issue.
Oh, now 4. It's now 4. It's now 4.
Yep, and again, just drops a wheel, and that's just so
far back
tough
out
to do. Yeah, that Porsche, it's so weighted on the rear end there. So he's definitely going the wrong way, unfortunately.
So look, it's 4, not 3. So now it's Banana Man in the lead.
Banana Man.
Banana Man in the lead, eating his bananas and turning into 4.
Yep, he's gonna shake and bake a whole thing of bananas.
Wait, shake? Does that mean he's going to shake the
like
bananas
the shake and
then
bake
bake them?
Yeah, it's called like crunchy plantains.
Ew, I'm sure that's
plantains
disgusting.
are awesome. Well, you didn't grow up in Miami like I did. Oh, that was a good save there by Michael Day. That almost looked like he was going to go off and hand the lead right to Dean.
He can make them chips.
That's true. He can make banana chips.
Really thin, and then he'd put them in the oven for a little bit, make them crispy, and then he'd eat bananas and put them in a pack. Or something. Maybe dog treat.
Yep. So it's pretty neat. One of the other features of iRacing is you see the heat coming off the muffler right there on the bottom left hand of the screen, and you can see how the kind of makes that mirage type of thing going. What are you pointing at? What's so important?
Lap 19.
Are you serious?
And it's almost going to be lap 20 when Michael Day passes in 20, 50, 20, 19, 18.
So Michael Day has thrown down the hammer and has increased his lead by 1.5 seconds. And I'm sure he is just going to be cruising right into the last part of the section here as they go through the end in the last corner, and keeps it on track right up through the finish line as we're coming up to lap number...
There it is, 20.
20 for our last lap.
White flag.
Yep, so I don't know if he's going to take it easy or if he's just going to keep going and make sure that he keeps Dean steadily behind us. But oh, there's that corner. You see the back end, the smoke coming out of the tires and the rotors just glowing up crazy. But he actually did increase his time. So maybe Dean is trying to push a little too hard in some of these corners, and unfortunately has now dropped back to 2 seconds on the last lap. Oh, careful of that grass, Michael Day, because the other Banana Man, Michael Cabrera, is just showing us that the back end in this grass is tough. Someone else we haven't talked about too much either is Jesse Olsen. I know we only featured him for a couple minutes or seconds there, but he's keeping a steady 3rd place and keeping his podium run alive here in the league as he is moving up the boards there, trying to win another championship. He's won a couple of these with the Martin Sports Car Club. So he does know how to play the game, no doubt. And Tom Jessen still giving chase to that Ford GT. Oh no, Matt Carroll. Something happened to Matt Carroll. Coming through. Oh, lost the back end and hits the grass and spins.
It's not donut party yet.
No, it's not. Definitely not a donut party yet. That was not what he was thinking, unfortunately. What's that funny look for?
Nothing.
All right, so we are on the last lap as these guys are going through the last section for the last time, not the white flag lap. And still holding a 2-second lead as he goes through. There is your week number 10 winner, Michael Day, as he crosses the finish line in an incredible, not to take anything away from Michael, but an incredible drive by Dean Dibdahl as well, being able to take a 2nd place. That is his highest finish, I believe, in the Martin Sports Car Club League. So congratulations to him.
For the first time in the iRacing League, Dean Dibdahl is in 2nd place.
Yep.
I think that's the first time. And closest he's probably ever been to 1st place. Also, he is my winner for the Lexico Dress Award because he was like the only one who participated.
Oh yeah, for the picture.
Cat.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we'll get a picture with you and the cat.
Oh yeah, cool.
All right, so coming through the line here is Justin Barrera, who was able to hold off Todd Jessen through the rest of the race, and a little slip up by Matt there was able to give Justin a chance to get close, but was going to hold on to keep his spot. So coming through the line, we just have a few more guys through here. Kevin Medina. Was that a pretty quiet race? I don't think I've said too much about him. He's kept it clean from what I understand. Oh, and in the background, Justin Hall was out, unfortunately. But we do have a shake and bake winner.
Yes. Banana Man.
Yep.
And it's 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 0, 3, 1, 1, 1, 0.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
About the numbers. There's 4, 3, 2, 1, and 10,
Yep.
3, 1.
And there goes Chris Wells through the finish line, and also Justin. Also, everyone has finished. So, what do you think about that race?
That was amazingly awesome and very long.
There was a lot of action in this race, which makes it tough. So here are the results. So why don't you go ahead and, since you didn't go down the leaderboard, go ahead and go down the results and say who ended up where.
Okay, in 1st place is Michael, then Dean, Jesse, Andy, Matt, Carol, Justin, Dive
Bomb.
Dive Bomb, Bomber, Tom, Daniel, Kevin, Bjorn, Michael, Donald, Chris Wells,
Also known as
Charles, and Crispy Wells, fresh from the banana package.
Yep.
Justin Hall, and where's Justin Smalls? He's gone.
Yep. Oh no!
What
happened? I have no idea.
Dad. Okay, Craig Klein and
somebody who didn't race tonight because he's in the commentary booth.
He's in the commentary booth, and that is my dad, Zane Plumley. Well, this has been a great time spending this with you on the commentary. Hi, bye.
All right. Yes, thank you very much, and we will have a 2-week break of races. So as we hit the midweek or the mid-season, I should say. We've done 10 races. We'll take a 2-week break and then start back up again for another 10 races to finish out the season. So thank you very much. We will have some other stuff streaming. We'll not be official iRacing League, but we'll have some other stuff to guys keep you entertained. So thank you once again, and have a great break.